mature.
Welcome back, guys, to our second segment of To Industry. So in the previous one, we were kind of talking a little bit about the year as a whole. This one, we're going to talk about a little bit of a controversy that was going on this year. Again, I'm Mike Games. This is Hill and Andrick.
Andrick, stay in the frame. Stay in the shot.
And so, of course, the controversy we're talking about is Gamergate.
Yeah, it seems like every year, like gamers in general have some fucking controversy, right? And this is something that's been going on for decades now, but really went out of proportion.
Yeah, this time it seemed like it really got blown out of proportion, and it seemed like it wasn't only gamers, but I mean, just hate groups in general ended up kind of jumping on board. And
I guess for anybody that was out of the loop, I guess we can give a backstory, like a quick backstory.
Go for it.
Okay, so basically, there's this this guy met this girl. This girl happened to be a gaming developer herself.
I thought you were doing.
They did
met a girl,
right? They did some. She kind of screwed him over from his standpoint. From her standpoint, he was being a big baby, you know, and a lot of gamers that were predominantly male took the story out of proportion because she ended up doing some interloping with folks that were in the industry, and they seen it as she was getting favoritism.
Because she had a vagina.
Because she had a vagina, right. And it got so bad because she was receiving all these death threats, and then it got blown out of proportion, and it turned into a whole, you know, feminism, or excuse me, not feminism, but misogynistic movement, you know.
Yeah, it was a whole sexist thing. So no matter who jumped in the bandwagon,
right,
somebody was getting yelled at, mainly women.
Right, mainly women, and
because kids were hiding behind their computers.
Right. Right, exactly.
And so,
we love you guys.
we love our audience of kids. No.
So now we're gonna start getting death threats.
So we're gonna start getting
again.
We just got over this.
Smash Brothers.
But before we get into talking about it, but this is kind of a overall age thing that. Overall age thing that's terrible. This is something we gamers have been dealing with for decades, is that just women in the gaming industry and women as gamers have to deal with so much shit. But there's kind of two arguments about it. It's like I don't know, it sounded really bad of the things that she did to the guy. I don't know their backstory or whatever, but for people to start attacking all these women and, you know, sending them death threats for defending, you know, women's rights in gaming, and just being a little sensitive of what they have to deal with, it's kind of ridiculous.
And
you know?
So
the whole
basically,
thing,
the way it started, right? It started off bad, and then what it brought into light, though, the conversation it brought up, because so many people weren't letting it happen,
right,
and trying to just crush any opinion on it,
right, instead of actually talking about it and bringing it to the surface.
Talking about it, then it just went out of proportion, and no matter who, Felicia Gay is probably a huge one,
right,
that just, you know, said something little on it, and, you know, and it's like people were just throwing her address on there,
right, and like I keep forgetting their name, I apologize, like, and then Anita Score, I'm gonna flash. Yeah. She's like, thanks, I appreciate that.
Samsonite.
But yeah, I mean, the thing that I thought was really ridiculous, I mean, besides the whole, you know, sexist thing, was, I mean, for the longest time, we were trying to get women into the gaming community. I mean,
and they're there.
I mean, they have been there. A lot of people didn't think they were, but, you know, it seemed like a lot of the game developers were trying to cater a little bit more to the women to kind of
you got
make the community
franchises, right? So you got Ubisoft, which had I forgot her name, that kind of started Assassin's Creed,
right?
And then
she's like fantastic, like in the industry.
She's amazing, and you know, that's not to be said about the game, but she's awesome. And then you got the girl from Halo, I forgot her name too, something like Blood Moon or something like that. It's some really cryptic last name, but she's awesome too. You know, every time I see an interview, she's always, you know, pushing Halo for 343 Industries, and so there are these women out there that are making huge steps.
Yeah, but not only that, I mean, what I was trying to get at is that they were trying to make games to appeal more to women instead of, all these games that had, big-breasted chicks to get guys. I mean, it seemed like they were kind of focusing on storylines and just in the game in general to bring more women on board and just making a big community.
Right.
And with this whole Gamergate, it just fucking threw us years behind. I mean, that was
like, and here's the thing, because the lady I was talking about was Anita Sarkeesian, and who you were talking about was Jay Raymond. Yeah. And with they've been in this battle forever. Talking about how the developers are trying to cater more to women, and what they were saying is like the developers need to be more sensitive to women about that, especially Anita, when she was talking about she that's all of her videos. These developers need to cater more to that. And
well, she's with the whole feminist movement. I mean, that's what she's really
right. And I have another side to this, which is kind of interesting. So, but they were attacked as well, and they just got caught up in this Gamergate thing, like they had something to do with it, because they all of a sudden all these gamers who were predominantly male just decided to attack anybody that was favoring women. And that's what I always think is strange. Whenever a woman comes out and it's like, "Hey, can you guys be sensitive?" They're like, "Fuck you, die!" I'm like,
"We're gonna rape you."
Like, yeah, like I'm like, why? Why? What? Like, listen to her. And I was like, everything she says in the video is right. You're like,
it's just kids trolling, man.
I think it's trolling.
Well, I think it was a lot of kids trolling, but then the thing that made it just snowball into this huge mess and death threats and rape threats and like that Anita Sarkeesian,
family threats,
she was actually a good talk in a school apparently, and she got death threats by some kid saying, "I'm going to shoot up the school if you go and talk." So I mean, I think it said gamers behind. I mean, I think it's really stupid. But I mean,
it's a lot of immature people.
It is.
I really do. To be honest, this is my other part of it. I think that it's people trolling on one side, and on the other side is folks blowing up victimization. Okay,
for sure.
Which were I think the hate groups. That's mainly also what made it snowball into just this really bad thing. Was all these hate groups also said, "Oh, look at what's going on here. Let's jump on board." So they weren't trolling; they were actually just pushing. All this.
Well, it was both. It was like the hate groups, they were pushing and doing more than trolling, and then you have like the sides that were taking the side of women. They're victimizing the women as well. And I'm like, women have their own voice. These guys are jumping in like, "Whoa, you have to understand that women have to face this shit." And women are like, we got it. It's totally okay. It just got so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, there started to be extremes on both sides, and ultimately it just ended up hurting the industry no matter which way. I mean, I'm hoping good will come out of it. I'm hoping when it all settles, and it seems like it's settling down right now. Hopefully that this video doesn't start it back up.
This is what I hope.
No, nobody watches us, so
this is what I hope. Hi, Oprah. This is what I hope can happen. And I haven't seen this very much, but I hope a lot of the males that are in powerful positions in the gaming industry, other than EA because they fuck up shit all the time, can come out.
That would be great if EA took a stand on that and just. Because that would
help their image.
Yeah, that would be an amazing.
But I'm not confident that they could do it well.
I know they won't.
They're like, we're trying to go 3 years straight for the worst company. But
I actually don't think they were last year. Though.
Really? Oh, I don't know. But I would hope that someone can come up and be like, you know what, you're right. We need to make a stand and we need to make all these changes. And understand that. Women in the gaming industry and women as gamers, they should have a voice, because there are a lot of immature kids out there. I don't think that they're very serious in their death threats. There hasn't been a case where somebody's actually followed through on what they were saying.
Yeah, but all it takes is one, right? All it takes is one, and the news industry will just blow it up.
They would destroy. They would have every reason to destroy the game.
And the news industry was already blowing this shit.
Well, they were blowing it up, but not because of a tragedy, just because of the death threats.
But if a tragedy did happen, it would be bad.
It would be horrible.
It would be really bad.
Back so behind, it would just hurt.
They would be like, "You see, Nintendo is just terrible. You see,
it's bad enough that when Grand Theft Auto comes out, that's supposed to be taken in a certain way, and people are taking it seriously.
Right.
Imagine if something really did happen.
And
some stupid kid wanted to do something.
Yeah, and actually, there was this one girl that also did something about it, which was really great. It just happened last month. That's up and coming reviewer, which now people are gonna go watch. Her name is Alana Pierce.
Right.
She ended up getting all these death threats and rape threats because of Gamergate, and she actually, thanks to Facebook, she's like, oh, well, let me see. Oh, your mom is on here.
Right.
Let me tell your mom and show her the screenshots of what you told me.
And what did the mom do?
Probably beat the shit out of their kids.
No, actually, what the mom did...
They just said, like, we'll talk to them or whatever.
No, actually, what happened is the mom ended up trying to sue the girl for defamation.
No, that was actually a rumor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I got the rumor wrong then.
Yeah. No, actually, she came out and showed the messages of the moms, and she's like, that little shit. And there was multiple moms, but yeah, I thought that was really great. She's not standing up for this shit. She's like, no, fuck you, trolls.
Yeah, like, and that's really what it is. And one thing I want to be clear to a lot of girls, you get a lot of shit, on the internet, but guys get a lot of shit on the internet too. Like, I've played games and they're like, fuck you, this, that, and the other, and I'm like, yeah, that does come with the environment, because they're hiding behind this anonymous veil, and they say every sexist, racist thing that you can ever think of, and it's just a bunch of 12-year-old kids. Now, granted, I am a guy, and I would love if the motherfuckers try to see if they can try to come in my face. I'm not afraid of that shit. But
I will cut you.
I will fuck you up, little boy. No,
I think you just set us back a few years.
You see, and that's the humor of it, because it's like it's a bunch of 12-year-old kids, and I'm like, I will fuck you up, little boy. But if somebody else is like, I don't know if this little 12-year-old is gonna fucking kill me, and that's the irony of it all. But in the end, that is the environment. You're right. We have been trying to fight that environment ever since we've had internet we've had video games on the internet.
Sure.
But that's really the internet in general.
Yeah. Thanks, Obamacare.
Thanks to Obama's America. Okay. I mean, this ties into like all kinds of controversies out in the world. You see everywhere from little kids to adults hiding behind an anonymous veil. I think, did I ever bring this up, that what if you posted something, like it posts your IP address or something, like if it was negative? I don't know. But I think that would be kind of hilarious. Like if you have enough negative likes, like your IP address gets posted.
Just automatically?
Yeah, just automatically. That'll cut that crap short. Like if you get a lot of not dislikes, like it has to reach 50 or something, your IP address is on there. That'll discourage a lot of folks.
Like you got to sign the disclosure agreement,
right,
when you go to the website to leave comments.
Right. Now, to be fair, the person that gets all of them 50 dislikes and all of a sudden your IP address, you're effed. Okay.
Yeah.
Folks can search where you are at that point.
It's like be nice, play nice, right?
Right.
So don't be an ass.
Right. I think that would be
don't be an ass to us either.
Yeah. So hit the like button.
No, you control the show. I mean, I don't give a shit.
All right, so that does it for this segment. So I guess in the next one we'll talk a little bit about the PlayStation experience and the Video Game Awards. So stay tuned.